So here's our video on why the Industrial Revolution began in England. Your left side will be another graphic organizer. Now this PowerPoint will go over both the political, economic, social, and geographic causes. You pick any three of the four, and take notes on that. So geographical, political, economic, or social. You choose what three. So today we're discussing why did the Industrial Revolution begin in England? Right? There's a very specific reason, just like there's reasons why the Renaissance began in Italy, right? There's reasons why it began in England. And England had the perfect conditions for it to start there. Now this map is actually of England, Wales, and Scotland, but England is down there on the bottom part. So what was so special about England? Why was England considered the workshop of the world at this time? And why was it the first industrialized nation of the world? Okay, England's goal was to supply 2/3 of the globe with cotton that was spun and dyed and woven in England. Why was this possible? Well, first, England had lots of great resources. Specifically, it had a lot of coal. And remember in the last video, we discussed why coal was important for industrialization, for steam, for boats and machines, and all those sorts of things. Well, England had the coal, so that helps. England also had a lot of colonies that they could sell their things to or extract raw materials from. England also had a large educated workforce. It actually had a labor surplus. Remember all those people that didn't need to work on the farms? And they were also very literate compared to the rest of the world. So they could, figure out how to work these machines. And we'll talk about this in a second. A little side note is remember how is this connected to everything else we learned about? How is this connected to the scientific revolution? Well, remember we talked about Francis Bacon. And Francis Bacon thought that the best way for people to enjoy freedom was to create machines, because then it would give people other time to do other things. They'd be free to do other things of their choice. So there's your little side note. Now, they also had a government, which we mentioned also before, which did not interfere with business. They didn't tell businesses, hey, you can't have people work 12 hours a day, or you have to give them breaks. They didn't interfere. So businesses pretty much ran how they chose. And this country also had a lot of capital for investment, meaning they had this money that they could use to create factories and create machines and help with transportation, so that they would then in turn make more money, and then they could reinvest it and keep making more money. England's geography also helped. There's lots of waterways in England. For one thing, Great Britain is an island nation. It's surrounded by water. But there's also lots of rivers within, right? In London, you have the Thames, right? There's rivers everywhere. So this is good so that factories located near the water would have that to use for steam power. And also then once they made goods, they can then bring them to market and get them where they had to go. In fact, this is a great fact to know relating to this, that there's not one spot in England that is more than 20 miles from water, right? No great English deserts anywhere. And also the climate of England was conducive to growing cotton. It's very wet there, very foggy. Eventually, most of their cotton is actually taken from their colonies, the American colonies, India, wherever. But at first, they actually grew a lot of that cotton within England. So there's a little short video for today. The password is fish and chips, because we're doing England. And we'll see you next class. Good job, guys.